This video is a what's on my phone video. Let's get started. So I've always wanted to do one of these, but I never really saw the use of it for you guys. But I decided to go ahead and do one anyway because maybe I'd have fun with it, or maybe I discover stuff about my own phone and my own usage for myself. And so far, I am having fun with it, and I did discover a few things for myself. So this is a What's on My Phone January 2021 edition. I hope you enjoy. Leave a thumbs up if you did, and subscribe if you want to see more like this. And watch the rest of my videos that I previously posted if you don't want to wait for the upcoming ones. Alright, let's get started. So starting off with the phone that I'm using, this is the latest and greatest and biggest from Apple in the iPhone 12 Pro Max in Pacific Blue, which in my opinion and the opinion of a lot of others is a gorgeous color. So let me first start with what I actually have on the phone physically. So I do rock my phone with a screen protector and a case just for overall 360 protection. So the screen protector is a full screen protector, meaning there is no notch cutout, there's only an earpiece cutout, which is quite awesome. I really like this design. It looks like there's no screen protector on this phone, which is awesome because you want your phone to be protected, but you would ideally not want it to look like it's protected. So this is kind of an ideal. Now the case that I'm using is a clear case for the iPhone 12 Pro Max because, like I said earlier, that blue color is just too beautiful to hide. So that's pretty much it for what's on my phone physically speaking. So now let's get into the software, how I set up my phone using iOS 14.3. Let's go. So first of all, this is the lock screen with the camera shortcut on the right and the flashlight shortcut on the left. And that wallpaper is actually a picture that I took. But moving on to the home screen, starting off from the left side, I have two widgets, one medium weather widget, according to my location, obviously, and one medium world clock widget with 4 locations: New York, Vancouver, Mumbai, and Zurich. And then obviously you swipe up to search Siri suggestions. But moving on to the actual home screen, where I have one widget stack with the weather widget, the calendar, notes widget, and shortcuts widget, and one battery widget. All of this is in a medium stack. The next widget is a simple Spotify widget, medium, again. And the last widget on this home screen is a app widget with Siri suggestions. Now moving on to the second home screen, the first widget I have is a screen time medium widget. The next one I have is a reminder medium widget. And the final one is a Google medium widget. Now scrolling once more to the right, you get into App Library, where there are 14 predetermined folders, and that's pretty much it. You can go into them and access all of your apps, and I find this a little bit cumbersome, but we'll get to the downsides of this setup in a bit. Last but not least, something that I haven't seen in other What's on My Phone video setup is people showing the control center. So here I have the control center, where I have 19 toggles, including the permanent toggles, which consist of the connectivity toggles, meaning your Wi-Fi, your data, your Bluetooth, your media player toggles, your auto rotate toggles, your do not disturb toggle, your screen mirroring toggle, brightness toggle, and volume toggle. As for the custom toggles, I have a flashlight, timer, calculator, camera, Apple TV remote toggle, power saving toggle, screen recording toggle, which I'm using to record this, and bedtime toggle, and a super cool toggle called Shazam Music Recognition toggle. One after that is Notes toggle, QR code scanner toggle, and finally an Apple Wallet toggle. And that's pretty much what's on my phone. Now let's get into the downsides and benefits of this setup. So the first downside is that the app library is inconsistent. So I don't really know where everything is. It's, like I said before, predetermined, meaning I didn't set it up and neither did you. Apple sets it up for you, and that's not a surprise from Apple. And we'll never know fully where everything is because the app locations sometimes vary according to the changes in phone behavior. Changes like newly downloaded apps, or apps that are up to date, or frequently used apps, or rarely ever used apps. So inconsistency with the app library is the first downside. Now the second sort of downside is that I have to rely on Spotlight Search, which I don't really like, personally. I really never used Spotlight Search before because I knew where everything was prior to iOS 14 and prior to App Library, but now that I don't know where everything is and App Library sort of messed that up, I sort of am forced to rely on Spotlight Search. It is useful when I use it, don't get me wrong, but I almost never use it because, like I said again, I'm not really in the habit to use it. However, because I'm, again, sort of being forced to use it, I am getting more and more used to it, so it's sort of proving to be more and more useful, which is good. Now moving on to benefits of this setup. So there are 3. The first one is that it's clean and organized, at least for me. I know where everything I see is, and everything else I don't need as frequently, and so it's out of sight, out of mind, basically. The second benefit is that I know where the most frequent / important apps are. So this proves to be useful when I don't want to use App Library, and again, when I forget to use Spotlight Search. And it's even more useful when App Suggestions keeps updating according to what I use, my usage. And App Suggestions keeps changing depending on what app I just opened and went out of, in case I forget in the first place why I opened that app. Now moving on to the third benefit is at-a-glance information. Widgets and App Suggestions have proven to be very useful in cutting down extra steps in order to do a simple task. Say for example, I need to know the weather. Previously, I would do one of 2 things. I would ask Alexa, what's the weather? Or 2, I would open my phone, navigate to my weather app, open it, wait for it to load the weather, and now I finally know the weather. Comparing these 2 scenarios and both their times, you'll see how useful widgets prove to be, and the time that it takes for each of them, that adds up over time. So it's very useful that iOS 14 now has at-a-glance information via widgets. And this is just one of many examples of why widgets prove to be so useful. So that's it from me in this video. I hope you enjoyed it. I know I did, trying to put it together and do the shooting and editing and all that stuff. I definitely enjoyed it. I hope you did too. If you did, please leave a like, and if you want to see more like this, subscribe. And also let me know in the comments down below if you got any ideas for yourself from this video. If you did, leave a comment down below which idea you got. It would be really cool to see. So that's it for me in this video. Stay safe, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.